Boom, 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 boom. Good evening, everybody. What's going on? It's the Flying Pig here on Flying Pig United with another transfer news rundown video for you of the latest goings on at Manchester United in this so-called transfer window. We're going to get into it raw tonight and cover all the latest news. There is a bit of new news. We're going to cover it tonight. Thank you for joining us, everybody. Mark Nurse, Cass van der Meer, Big Red, Kerfuffles, Rory C, Ibragani, Marky Nurse, John Adair, Francois Cock. How's it going, my son? Wiggy, Cockney Red, Enor, Ibragani, Xavier Malcolm, Stuart Orlison, The Vutinator, Lalo Vera, Ben Temple, Ash Carroll, Rushmano, Brendan, Nick Pendragon, Disco Dave, how you doing, my son? Lewis, Elliot, James, JM Beard, Jane Linners, TC Boy, MFC UK, Revitalizers, Sir David Moyes, Baba Tunde, and everybody else as well. Thank you so much for joining us, guys. Hope you're all grand this evening and this is reaching you in good spirits. Do us a favor at the start of this stream. Smash a like on the video. Give it a big thumbs up. That's right. You know what to do. You know the drill. We got 156 legends in here already. Smash that like. Let's get 156 likes. Share it around on social media as well. I've pinned the tweet to the top of the chat. Please do give us a cheeky little retweet if you're on Twitter and give us a follow up as well, or on Instagram also. So I hope you're doing good, guys. Thank you for joining. So let's all just laugh at the Scousers a second. I tried. I tried, guys. I wanted to laugh, but United are still bottom of the table, so, But I wanted to laugh at the Scousers because they did lose points again today, guys. And they have played 2 games, and they have got 2 points, and that is shit, whichever way you look at it. So let's get a fucking hashtag fuck the Scousers in there. But at the same time, I cannot bring myself to laugh at them because, let's face it, we are absolutely shy, guys. We're on -5 goal difference. 20th in the league. So, people in glass houses and all that sort of stuff. But anyway, they almost lost it as well. It would have been nice if they did. As it is, though, if Manchester United actually do manage to beat Liverpool on Monday night when we play them, then we can actually go above Liverpool. That's what will happen. So if we do that, United will go above Liverpool with a win at Old Trafford, right? So just imagine if that happened with all the bants, with all the shocking start that we've had and an awful transfer window, and Liverpool with all their big bollocks. Imagine if Man United did somehow. I'm not suggesting we're actually going to be able to do it, but just imagine somehow Man United were able to beat Liverpool and we were able to go above them in the league. I mean, that would be absolutely mangasmic, wouldn't it? Even after losing the first 2 games. So come on, United. Let's smash up these fucking Scouse Notes. They're clearly not very good at the moment. They're clearly feeling the loss of the likes of Mane. So look, Man United, maybe it's the best time we could possibly play Liverpool. Liverpool are expected to trounce United, and so therefore we've got that bit of an underdog vibe there which could play into our hands. You never know. Let's smash them up, fire up. Come on. Nut says, if we beat Liverpool, I would say the league is already won by City. That's a great comment, really, Nut. You're probably right as well. I mean, I don't see Arsene Hollands pushing them all the way. So you're right. If Liverpool have that sort of a start and they've only got 2 points after 3 games, and City have 9, say, already they're pretty far behind. So, Gangshi says that would be worthy of a Don Piglioni mangasm. Gangshi, you come to me on the eve of my serious senior mangasm situation, and you ask me to win a game for money. Thank you very much, Gangshi. How you doing? Yeah, exactly. So that's it. We need to get some Godfather vibes in this United side right now. I feel like Ten Hag needs to start dishing out those Don Piglioni style punishments, mate. And we've got a little bit of news to suggest that he's maybe doing that. So look at this. Samuel Luckhurst reporting that a source said Ten Hag's punishment session in the 30 degrees heat left the players in ruins. Get in there. Punish these melts for being shite, because they're absolutely awful, aren't they? But anyway, let's get into the news, folks. Thank you all for being here. DLK Moose, Papa Stores, Crafted Tunes, Malps, Rob, O'Busy, whole bunch of legends and legendesses getting in the stream tonight. So thanks you so much for joining. Hit the like on the video, guys. Give us a little boost up there, and we'll cover the main headline now. So we've got an update that suggests that Man United have had direct talks with Matheus Cunha's agents, as with many others in the last few days. No agreement reached with Atletico Madrid as things stand. Atletico want more than 50 million euros to sell this summer. How much? 50 million euros to sell this summer. You're having a fucking bubble bath with a giraffe, my son. There's no way he's worth that much. Sorry to say, they bought him for 27 last year, for fuck's sake. You know what I mean? They're taking a piss. But look, in regards to this guy, I mean, he's a decent player. He's 23, he's centre forward. I mean, he's 7 caps for Brazil, etc. decent. I'm looking at his statistics over the last couple of seasons, and they seem pretty bang average in cash, to be fair. Doesn't really strike me as an awesome signing. I'm just going to put it out there. Certainly not for 50 million euros, dudes. Certainly not for 50 million euros. I'll just ask the live chat straight away at the start of this. Guys, are you interested in the signing of Matheus Cunha for 50 million euros? Let me know, yes or no. I'm just going to ask you that before we get into anything else. Gungshi, thanks for the super chat, you bloody legend. Let's get a Sue in there for Don Gungshi as well. Thank you, man. He says, cheeky donation for Don Pigliani, for money. Gungshi, thank you very much indeed. You're an absolute bloody legend. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much, pal. Everybody get a Suey in there for Don Gungers. Right, so no is the answer. Look at the live chat. So Ollie Chester United says yes. Pants pulled down, says Brendan. No, says Josh. And James Bowring says no. Who the fuck is that guy, says Fire Up. Nah, says J King. O'Busy says give us Savic instead. Fuck no, says James. Cunha certainly isn't an amazing player. That's what I think as well, Gregor Triggs. I'm with you. I think he's okay. He's decent. He's got some potential, I suppose. But if you actually look at his stats and sort of what he's done so far, he's not really a clinical striker or clinical forward. I mean, he is sort of versatile. If you look at the stats throughout his career, he's played 90 games at centre forward. He's played 23 on the left wing. He's played 19 on the right wing, 10 in the hole. So he's versatile in the sense that he's played in a bunch of different positions throughout his career, but he's not clinical, and he's also not somebody that even creates that much. I'm looking at his stats for the La Liga season just gone. 29 appearances, 6 goals, 6 assists. Not bad, but certainly not brilliant. Nothing in the Cups apart from one in the Copa del Rey, nothing in the Champions League. Bundesliga season before that, 27 games, 7 goals, 5 assists. This is not great. This is not great, folks, in terms of his stats and his progression so far. He's obviously a decent sort of a player. He'll be like Adriano, says Alex Core. Him as a false 9, says Ollie Chester United. TC Boy says, today's nobody's, tomorrow's somebody's pig. Okay, I feel you. Look, I don't want to write this guy off just yet. I think he's a decent sort of signer. We've seen enough of him. We know he's a dirty bastard, just like all the rest of the Atletico Madrid tosspots. I think, look, in all fairness, we need some bodies, but I don't think that this position is even the one we need to strengthen the most. If we're spending most of our remaining budget after, hopefully, we get De Jong, we'll talk about that in a minute, but if we're spending the remaining budget on this guy, I think that's poor money spent, in all fairness. We could probably spend it elsewhere in the team where it's going to help us a little bit more. But hey, look, if Ronaldo's going, which there's some rumours that he still might, but I personally think he'll stay, then we're going to need some forward players. Matheus Cunha, though, just does not really do it for me, my friends. Stat merchants, says Alex Flames. Okay, but it's important to look into these stats and to suggest how these players have performed so far into their career. 7 caps for Brazil, 0 goals. I mean, I just feel like he's not exactly an awe-inspiring player on paper, that's for sure. We're panicking, says Malps. This is what it seems like to me as well. Somewhat of a panic buy. But lots of different sources reporting that we are in for this guy. Also, we have via Mattia Moretto and Mr. Rashmano as well, that Manchester United want Matheus Cunha. He's one of the options that the club like the most. Atletico Madrid are asking for more than 50 million euros. Cunha is comfortable in Madrid, but he could think about it. Right, and then also this update from Julian Lawrence that says that Matheus Cunha is a target for United. According to my sources in Spain, he's on their shortlist for the forward they're looking for this summer. He's 23, still has 4 years left on his contract with Atletico Madrid, but he would be keen to join United. So, he seems like somebody that we could go for, that we could bring in, but isn't it just a bit of a cheap out option as well? I mean, there's Anthony that's available, who does look very exciting, who's a similar age, in the Brazil setup as well, but he's got that Ten Hag factor there, that he's actually played with him and they've got that relationship, but he's just about 20 million euros or so more. So it's classic Man United. Just sounds like we're just cheaping out, shopping around in this bargain bin for this guy. And I personally think he's an okay signing. Again, he's kind of like the Brazilian Rabiot in terms of a centre forward. He's kind of like, he's just like a good addition to the squad, but it's not a super ambitious addition to the squad, is it? So we've spent over 100 million on a 2-foot defender. Now this guy, most people don't even know who he is, says Rocky. Well, I mean, I don't know about that. I mean, I think a lot of people, who watch Atletico or the Champions League and stuff have seen this guy. He's a decent sort of a player. He's not exactly going to set the world alight at United, I don't think. He has 7 caps for Brazil. That's true, Butterpants. That's good. I get it. You know, same as Anthony, basically. These guys are at the same sort of level of their career progression-wise. One's 23, the other's 23, I think. They're both sort of similar age. But Anthony's goals last season for Ajax, they hold him in a higher sort of level, if you ask me. If you look at stats-wise, anyway, the impact that he had last season, much better than this guy playing for Atletico Madrid. Only worth 30 million. I agree with you, Scott Berg. Great comment. So he moved for 27 million. Was it euros? Let's have a look. Yep. So he moved for 27 million pounds, I think it was, actually. Around about that, anyway, from Hertha Berlin to Atletico Madrid just last summer. 23 million pounds. So 27 million, I believe 27 million euros, somewhere around about there. So that's how much he moved for previously. Man United would be looking to pay double that, apparently. That's what Atletico Madrid have demanded for this guy, over 50 million euros. That's what these reports say. That's what Fabrizio Romano and various other outlets report, that Atletico want more than 50 million. Maybe they wouldn't take more than 50 million. Maybe they would take slightly less. But it's still a huge amount of money for this guy. Let's ask the live chat, folks. How much do you think this guy's worth? Let's just play the game in euros, seeing as everybody's talking about bloody euros these days online everywhere. Let's talk about it in euros. So how many million euros do you think this guy is worth? I'm doing good, thank you, Gav United. How are you doing, Gareth? 10 mils says Abhinav. I mean, okay. I mean, I think he's worth, about 30 million. Just maybe slightly more than what they paid for him. They've developed him for a season. 35 says Rushy and Daniel Oldfield. 50's a bargain. Gangshi Leone, wait a second, the live chat's moving here. Don Gangshi says 30 to 40 million, 50 mils a bargain. I don't think 50 mils a bargain, to be fair, Alex Corlad. 30 million says Batman Night Fan, 30 max says J King, 40 million says Steve, 45 says Vincent Bullock, 47 says Ollie Chester United. Yeah, 45 million euros says United Forever. Thank you very much, Rushmano. He says, subscribe to the channel. Yes, please do hit that subscribe button if you're new. You think it's a good buy, says Polo G. Fair play. Well, I mean, I don't. I actually don't. I think he's a good player, but for that price, I think you could probably spend your money better elsewhere. I mean, wouldn't that money get Tielemans? No. Why are we fanning around with Adrian Rabiot for 20 mil and then this guy? Why didn't we just go and get Tielemans and save some money and make the team better? I just don't really understand it. Like, I feel like there's better signings out there in other areas. We could spend the money that we're spending on Adrian Rabiot, the money we're spending on this guy potentially, on somebody else who would actually just do better things for us and is a more ambitious, better quality signing. But look, that's my opinions. Everybody's got their own. We do need a forward player. At some point, we're going to have to replace Ronaldo. Certainly if Ronaldo goes this summer, we're going to have a forward in there. But is this guy the guy to be the clinical beast for us for years to come? I don't see it. I just don't see it. I don't see it. But you'd rather buy Gakpo for 35 mil, says Mark Nurse. Fair play to you. Any news on a midfielder for United? Well, yeah, I mean, look, there's Adrian Rabiot, of course, who we're working on right now. We know that the situation there is talks have progressed and it's likely that he will accept and that they will be able to work a deal out. Manchester United will sign Adrian Rabiot. Doesn't really impress me much. Obviously, De Jong's situation, we're still working on Frankie de Jong. And, but, I mean, we've got some more info that's come out tonight about Frankie de Jong that suggests that this is from Marcel van der Kraan via the Telegraph. And it says, I've heard from very strong sources that Manchester United's offer for Frankie de Jong has expired. New negotiations will have to begin. They will have to make a new construction to fulfill the economic wishes of the player. And also, Man United will prepare a new offer for Frankie de Jong to meet the needs of the player. So there are some reports that suggest that, you know, that Man United are going to have to make a new offer. Essentially, it's expired. And also, there are other reports today that suggest that United have been discussing personal terms and things like that with Frankie de Jong. And it's not good enough, apparently, from their point of view. So, listen, it depends what you believe, but at the moment, still United are trying to work on de Jong. Do we have to now submit a whole new offer? Do we have to submit completely new terms and all this sort of stuff? I mean, it's obviously the personal terms have been rejected, so we have to then resubmit all sorts of new terms, a new deal, a new offer. But isn't that going to be a lot more than what we've wanted to pay? He's already on a huge amount of money there at Barca, so why would we be prepared to spend more than what they're paying at the very least? Surely we had a good idea of what they're sort of paying him, and Man United would have gone in there with a competitive offer. So is he prepared to come to United, but only if we absolutely break the bank? So from that point of view, it's not great. And then also in regards to the Barcelona deal, well, think about the possibility of us actually being able to get a deal done with them. Like, we've supposedly had this agreement in place with Barcelona for a long time. However, that doesn't seem like it's actually an agreement from their point of view. They're just using it as some sort of, bargaining chip. It's very odd. And the fact that they're spending such a long time trying to settle up with Frankie. So it's very, very frustrating what's happening here. But Man United, there's nothing in agreement. There's no agreement in place with Man United and Frankie de Jong at the moment, basically. So Man United are expecting to prepare a new offer for Frankie de Jong to meet the needs of the player via the Telegraph, this guy. So that's really the latest on the Frankie saga. There's not too much more apart from the previous terms. We've offered expired, and now we've got to start again, basically, and try and reach some sort of agreement. So I don't know if that's looking that likely, folks. It does look like there's big stumbling blocks and roadblocks that we can still hit with this deal. Most of them Barcelona's end. So yeah, we'll see what goes on there, folks. But anyway, so that was just to answer your question on if we're working on a midfielder. We are working on midfielders. We're working on Rabiot. We're working on De Jong still, but it's not really enough in my opinion. Rabiot's decent, but I still think we should be looking for more players. We're supposedly getting rid of Ghana. We're supposedly loaning out Diallo as well now, and various players like Hannibal Mejbri's also being talked about to be loaned out. And, Diallo, here we go. This is from Jonathan Schrager, who said that as it stands today, Man United are looking to loan out Amad Diallo this season. His representative, Michael Uncho, is currently talking with various interested clubs, including Blackpool, Sunderland, Anderlecht, Besiktas, and Sampdoria. So we are working on getting some players out on loan. Why did we buy that guy for 40-odd million quid? 40 million quid just to not even develop him, not even play him, just loan him out. Our recruitment team's absolute shite, aren't we? We basically bought this young lad, Diallo, who had some potential. At the time, I was thinking, what the fuck's this signing all about? Maybe this guy will go on and do some great things, but crikey, it's a slow development so far, isn't it? They're not even bothering him playing him. They're just loaning him out. 40 mil they pay for that guy. It's fucking madness. 40 mil they pay for that guy. Goodness me. No wonder we're in an absolute shit position. They're spunking 40 million quid on hopes for the future of young kids and not even bloody playing them. That's what I'm disgusted about, folks. We could have used that 40 million to go and buy a proper senior player like Tielemans or something, for fuck's sake. So really piss poor management from the recruitment side for years now. This is obviously going back, but for years now, it's been the same. Also, we're looking to get rid of Eric Bailly potentially. So Bailly's always maintained he wants to vie for his place at United, but the club have told Eric Bailly's agent as well, Michael Cho, that they're looking to sell him, and he's in touch with various interested clubs with a loan deal plus option to buy, currently seeming the most likely. And there's several clubs that's reportedly interested in Eric Bailly, such as Marseille, Monaco, Valencia, West Ham, Besiktas, Fenerbahce, Galatasaray, all the Turkish clubs for some reason, AC Milan and Roma. So bunch of different reports there that suggest that Bailly is on the list of players that are going out. Realistically, if United sell about 3 or 4 gash players, we can generate money to do a bit of business and, sign a multiple players. Really, the Glazers should be putting their hands in their pockets anyway and actually investing into the football club with their own money. They've never done that. They've never spent money, invested. We've never had we've got a 200 million, injection from the Glazers now for signings outside of the football club. No, it's all just what we generate, and then they cream all the cream off the top as well. It's a disgrace. But anyway, there's a few players that we're trying to get out at the moment, clearly. Man United looking to have a bit of a reshuffle. This guy, Matheus Cunha, is on the list. There's a bit of a debate in the live chat about whether or not this guy's worth 50 million euros. I don't think he is worth that. I think he would be a decent addition at the right price, but certainly not 50 million euros worth. It's crazy money. So they reportedly want that, though, and they're asking prices more than 50 million euros at the moment. Not that bothered about it, folks. Just not that bothered about it at all. Right, now, what about Cristiano Ronaldo going in the opposite direction? So there's some reports that, Cristiano Ronaldo is still very much unhappy at United, and I don't blame him, to be fair, because it's an absolute horror show, and the team is not supplying him chances. We're not playing good football, and he's probably got no inclination or, sort of trust in the team to be able to hope that we're going to have a good season. And there's lots of reports coming out tonight, actually, that disgruntled Man United players, including Ronaldo and Bruno Fernandes, apparently have appealed to the board to back Erik ten Hag and make new signings in the transfer window. So that may just be one of those bullshit stories, but it is reported by various different outlets that players like Ronaldo, Bruno, taking it to the board to suggest, hey, look, you're having a mare. Go and sign us some damn players right now because this is an absolute shit show. And then also the Times are reporting that Ten Hag has shifted his stance on Cristiano Ronaldo's request to exit Man United and is open to selling him in this transfer window. So that's what the Times are reporting. I still think Ronaldo's the one to keep hold of, and we should do our utmost to try and keep hold of him this season and just get better players around him. That's what we really should do. I mean, if we got rid of Ronaldo, I don't think it would be for the right reasons. I think it'd be for the Glazers shithouses just going out, we'll restructure the club a little bit. We'll save 500 grand a week from Ronaldo's wages and we'll pay a couple of mugs like fucking Matheus Cunha and Rabiot and stuff. It's just a restructure job if he does go, because any ambitious football club who wants to try and do something this season, they'd want to keep hold of a player like Cristiano Ronaldo, wouldn't they? Because he's a fucking GOAT, my son. So anybody who thinks that Ronaldo should go, I just don't understand it because, yeah, okay, there's something to be said for dressing room harmony and everybody putting in the same direction. But with Ronaldo, he's super professional. I look at his reaction, his body language the other day. He's still trying hard. He's just super frustrated with the situation, and I get it. So let's have a little vote in the live chat, though. In regards to Ronaldo, what do you think we should do? Has it got silly now? Is he a bad egg? Is he polluting the dressing room? I don't know. Let's know what you guys think by voting in the live chat and saying, should we keep or should we sell Cristiano Ronaldo? What do you think? Keep or sell? Keep him, says Mark Nurse and Joey Evans. He's average, but we need bodies wherever we can get him, says Fair. Keep, says Vincent Bullock. Keep him, says Rob. Hopefully he stays, says Johnny M. Keep, says Michelle Ellis. He needs to go, says James T. Keep, says Cockney Red and Matty Gwynner and Eyeball Paul and Johnny M and Lee McCann and Tony. Okay, so I'm glad you guys, most of you guys are on the same page. Let the poor boy go. Well, that's the only reason I would suggest, yeah, TC boy, let the poor boy go. Because he does deserve better than this. That's it, really. We're doing him dirty by making him play here in the Europa League. Gungshi says keep, yeah. So most people want Ronaldo because he's a proven professional. He's a proven goal scorer. And he's actually one of the only players in the team that I think tries 100% and is super committed to the cause. Like, he lives and breathes this game and this club as well, even though he doesn't necessarily want to be here. Certainly last season he's living and breathing the club. He's performing. So, but there are reports that suggest that Erik ten Hag may be looking to get rid of him. Also, we've got a report here from Samuel Luckhurst from the Manchester Evening News, which reports that there was a big argument in the dressing room, apparently. Sources close to some Man United first-team players say there was a huge dressing room argument at the club's Carrington training complex on Thursday. So, you know, that could be about, my friend, maybe Cristiano Ronaldo telling Harry Maguire he's a shite captain. I don't know what it could be about, but, you know, that's a report that's come out. So, look, there's definitely disharmony at the club at the moment. There's definitely pressure. You saw the quotes from David De Gea the other day where he said, you know, after the defeat that it's pre-season's different. We start the season. There's maybe a lack of confidence. It's tough. There's pressure, and they've melted basically. So, you know, it's early days, but we need to do business in this transfer window. And I don't know about these links that we've got at the moment. They all seem pretty bang average to me, folks. Matheus Cunha is decent. Go and look at his stats. They're pretty gastastic. No agreement reached with Atletico Madrid as things stand. Atletico want more than 50 million euros to sell Cunha this summer. Mental stuff. And then, you know, we're looking to bring in other players as well still. So we've still got a big shortlist of players like, okay, De Jong, Rabiot, there's Antony's, there's still a potential, but unlikely because of the fee. Gakpo, there's now Matheus Cunha. You know, I very much doubt we'll get them all, folks. So I'm just going to jump into the live chat for a few minutes before we cover the rest of the news here, guys. See what you guys are thinking about some of the stuff we discussed here. You know, Cristiano Ronaldo situation and Matheus Cunha, etc. So we need goals, don't we? And I think that Ronaldo is the best solution for us to get goals right now. As long as you can provide him with the ball in the right areas, he's a dangerous player. Much more dangerous than pretty much anybody else we could sign right now who might want to come to us. So I'm just going to jump into the live chat. Let's see what you legends are saying. Ten Hag will walk if not backed in the transfer window, says Matthew Swift. Do you reckon he'll walk away from 8 mil a year or whatever it is? I don't know about that. I'd probably just shit the bed if I was him, try and lose every game and then get sacked and walk away with my full 4-year contract payment, mate. You know what I mean? Let's be honest. Why would he do that? I mean, okay, he would have some serious character if he was prepared to do that. But at the moment, all I'm really seeing, and no disrespect to Ten Hag, he's only just started, all I'm really seeing is another sort of puppet man for the Glazers who's prepared to say all the right things. So I hope that he is a little bit more of a maverick in the future, and I hope he's a bit more bold with his decisions, but keeping the same old players that have underperformed, starting most games, and then also saying things like, oh yeah, Rashford's been great, I'm happy with Rashford, and Maguire's a successful captain and all this. You know, it's just Glazer shit coming down, filtering down, you know, to try and keep everybody happy, to try and, I don't know, protect their assets or whatever it is. But it's not real. I think he's got to start being real with his selections, and also not talking about all this bollocks. But if he was legit 100% prepared to walk away from something like this, I don't think he would be already backing players that are not, you know, that are not worthy of starting. But he is doing, and I think it does filter down from the top personally. Anyway, we need to stop the rot at the back before we even consider the forward. I agree, Eyeball Paul. Couldn't agree more, mate. The defence and the midfield are the two most important areas for Manchester United to strengthen. Luke Shaw's a gash pie merchant. Slabby Maguire's the worst captain ever, the captain of the iceberg. The right back, well, they're both gash. The other centre-back, well, they're both injury-prone, or one's a garden gnome in terms of height. So we've got some problems here. Just on Lisandro Martinez, you know, can he do it in the centre-back position for the Premier League? That's a really, really good question, and I don't know if I actually am convinced by him based on what I saw in the last game. Now, it's early doors. He is a centre-back. Maybe he'll be fine. But I just think if I was a Premier League manager going up against Man United and they've got Lisandro Martinez playing centre-back, even if it's alongside a big lad like Slabo Maguire of Varane, I would just be saying, right, centre-forward lad, try and get across this man, attack this man, attack this ball, and winger my son, get wide, whip the balls in the air, and try and fucking get it towards matey centre forward. You know what I mean? And, you know, if you've got a player who's half decent with their head, it just gives them a little bit of a head start. You know, they can get up in the air. It's tough to defend against if you're a small lad. But we looked at his aerial battles and everything last season for Ajax, and they were very impressive stats. Aerial duels won, jumping, all that sort of stuff. Good stats. However, it's the Premier League, and the Premier League is a bit different. It is more physical. There's more strikers and stuff in the Premier League as well. People like Haaland who love to get across a defender. You know, it's going to be difficult, I think, for him in this season. He might well adapt, etc. But at centre back, I'm not so sure. But we've only seen 1 or 2 games from the guy. It's early doors to really know. So we give him all the benefit of the doubt and time. If Ten Hag wants to play him at centre back, I'm not slagging him off. He's only just come in. But perhaps if he does struggle at centre back to deal with the height of maybe some of the forwards and the physicality maybe, then central defensive midfielder sounds absolutely fine. And if we can sign De Jong, then it just means that our midfield depth is just a lot better there. He is a centre-back though, primarily. But let's ask the live chat, folks, where do you think is his best position for Manchester United then? Do you think he can play the centre-back, or should he be playing at CDM? Sack the recruitment team, says Chris Benoit. Also, centre-back has to be at least 6 foot in the Prem. Generally speaking, you want a big unit at the back. George White, thank you for your membership for 10 months. Guys, everyone, let's get a hashtag 10 in the live chat there for George White. How you doing there, George White, my friend? Long time no see. He says, love your streams, bro. Thank you, George White, you bloody Rangers legend scummer. I hope you're doing well, pal. Getting in here from Bonnie, Scotland, my son. Please celebrate by having a cheeky little deep-fried battered Marlsborough and wishing it doing with a cheeky little deep-fried battered can of iron brew, my son. I hope you're doing well, George White. Thank you so much for being a member of this channel for 10 months. Big Bear, what's going on, Big Bear, you legend? He says CDM. Michelle Ellis says CDM. Eyeball Paul says CDM. DM says Tafiso, CDM says Stormtrooper and Johnny. Mark Nurse says centre-back. Chris Koo says probably CB at CDM. What's that there? Dutch Christ says Matheus Cunha is more like a sprinter, not a footballer, because he just runs a lot, says Dutch Christ. 10 says Finksu. 10 says Mark Nurse. Yeah, thank you guys. Thank you very much for getting in that there for George White. Good to see you, George White. Thanks for supporting the channel for all that time, you bloody legend. Right, okay, I'm going to cover the rest of the news now, folks. Then we will have a big Q&A at the end of the stream. As always, make sure you smash that like button on it. Give us a boost up to help us compete with the clickbait wankers and corporation channels. We're on 169 likes, dudes. Thank you so much to everyone for hitting that. Let's get 200. Let's have a Bacon Brigade like spike. Hit the thumbs up. Also, smash the subscribe if you're new to the show. Now with 63.2k subscribers, make sure you hit the subscribe if you're new. Help us get to 64,000 subscribers, guys. We're on the road to 70k by the end of the year. That was the target. So help us get there. Drop a subscribe if you're new. Also, smash the like on the video and get yourself in the chat. You only need to be subscribed for 0 seconds to chat. So get subscribed and you'll be able to have your say for now and the Q&A also. Oh, 793 says, CDM, can you imagine Martinez trying to out-jump Ronaldo, for instance? Says, oh, 793. Oh, I know, yeah. Imagine that. It's just a toughie, isn't it? Anyone who's got a big sort of strong centre forward, we could be in trouble there, really, if they're big and tall, decent in the air. You know, it's going to be difficult, I think, for Martinez, but it depends who he's got around him as well. But you look at the left-backs, they're both short. You look at the centre-back next to him, okay, they're big units, but one side there's a big unit, and the other side there's another short person. I don't know, you need a bit of height in there for defending set pieces in the Premier League, you really do. Chris Koo says, you've gone up 1,000 subs in a couple of days. I have, Chris Koo, yes, because of Manchester United being shit, basically, yeah. And my rant got a lot of views and stuff because, well, it was a fucking shocking game, wasn't it, guys? So, yeah, we got up a lot of subscribers. Shout out to all the new subscribers and all the old subscribers as well. You feel for Martinez as Obsidian. Oh, big time. No protection at all from the midfield. How tough is that? You want a good midfield in front of you to help, and there's no protection at all. What about a backup goalkeeper and a right back? Yes, Ollie Chester, still working on that. Apparently, we are looking at goalkeepers, but, I mean, there's nothing cement right now. At this rate, you'll hit 70k by the end of the month. I don't know about that, Don Gungstilioni. I don't know about that, my friend. But thank you so much for the encouragement, man. You never know. Pig, why Varane and Bailly start from the bench? No idea, Kudzai. To me, they're my starters. Now what I've seen from the last game on Lisandro Martinez, I still think Martinez could do the job at centre-back. Maybe it's just a bad game. But he did noticeably get done in the air a couple of times, and I don't like that. That Ben Mee goal was all really from him being a little bloke. That's it. You can't get away from that. So that does concern me big time, and therefore I think maybe I'll play Lisandro Martinez CDM, and my two centre-backs would be, against Liverpool, quick and strong and good all-round defenders such as Rafael Varane and Eric Bailly. I think that would actually work very well. Slabo Maguire's too damn slow and clunky and makes errors all over the place. And I think Lisandro may be a bit too small. So I would quite like to see Eric Bailly and Varane start there in the next game. What do you guys think? Have a little vote in the chat. Let me know who your two centre-backs are starting in against Liverpool. Do we stick with Martinez and Maguire? Let us know what you guys think. Have a vote in the chat. Oh, nice one, Nut. He says we got 200 thumbs up. Baby, we did it. Break out the red panties. Thank you, everyone, for hitting that thumbs up. We got 200 likes in it. That's amazing. Tielemans apparently wants Arsenal, says Rob. I don't know how anybody would want Arsenal over Man United, but I guess right now Arsenal are, got 6 points and Man United are in 20th place. Thank you, Obsidian. He says no one deserves that silver plaque more than you, Pig. Oh, thank you, Obsidian. Well, if we do ever get to 100k, bud, it will be well earned. That's what I'm saying personally, because I've been doing this for nearly 10 years. So, but we're not even thinking about that right now, bud. We're just focusing on getting a 70k by the end of the year. De Jong going to Chelsea, says John Roberto. Man, could you imagine if we went all summer long? That would be the biggest embarrassment saga ever. Varane and Martinez is a good shout, to be fair. Cass and DL Moose. You want to see Axel and Varane? Wow, Zeddy. You see, nobody's even talking about Axel. Lisandro Martinez. Varane and Martinez says Farabi. Varane and Bailly says Pete Morris. Varane Weetabix Knees says Welsh Red. Bailly and Varane says Foon8080. When's the next FIFA stream, Enigma? It's probably going to be on tomorrow night, maybe Wednesday night. Sorry there was no FIFA this weekend. I completely shat the bed, guys. There's no good excuse for it. I just had some stuff going on, some personal issues. Varane and Martinez says Simon Warner. Nice. Martinez and Maguire together wouldn't make one Botman, says Jason Brown. The focus should be 69k. I see what you did there, Nut. I like that. The focus is always 69, bud. Yeah, Steve Wild thinks we should move on from De Jong. He says, fuck De Jong. Varane with Martinez, CDM covering, says Kerfuffles. New subscriber here. Question, which striker would you like to see sign? Hey there, thank you, Bermsy, for subscribing to the channel. Which striker would I like to see us sign? Well, out of all the realistic ones, it's a fucking good question, isn't it? I mean, I do like Christopher Nkunku. I don't know if that's that realistic, because I think he would cost like 70-odd mil, because they've only just recently signed him up to a new contract and stuff, but I do like him. Also, Brozier, maybe. I don't know. I mean, Mitrovic says Welsh Red. I mean, I don't think there's many top strikers that would come to United right now. That's the problem. Like, all the top strikers, they're not really going to want to come and play in the Europa League. All day on Nkunku, says Steve Wild. Yeah, he did just sign a new deal, Rob. That's absolutely right. Yeah, I just said that, to be fair, Rob. I just said Nkunku signed a new deal. But, look, if United were prepared to pay top whack money, new deal, new schmeal. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's they would sell. Bargain, Snap him up says Duncan Belicio. Gakpo says Robert. Andy Carroll says Lee McCann. Griezmann says Enigma47. You'd play Charlie McNeil. Great shout, Extra. I don't know what the reluctance is at the moment to play the youth. I thought Ten Hag was all about play the youth. At the moment, he's wanting to play a whole bunch of OAPs and sign a bunch of fucking OAPs as well, apparently. But no, I mean, that's it's coming, I think, guys. I think the performances from the senior players in the team dictate Ten Hag having to give a couple of youngsters opportunities soon, because they're so underperforming, these big name players. Burmsy says, I agree with Mitrovic. He's a quality player. Got a nasty streak, which I like in a centre forward. In all fairness, guys, I mean, he scored over 40 in the Championship. We scored 40 in the Championship. Pretty unbelievable. Look at his first game of the Premier League as well. He got a couple of goals. Was absolutely brilliant in all fairness in that game. So I think you've got to say, yes, Mitrovic is probably a decent second striker to have in your team at this moment in time. Zidane and Savage in the squad, says Mark Nurse. Oh, yeah, Ivan Toney would be a good shout as well, Obsidian. Gakpo's a bum, says Farabi Fouad. He won Dutch Player of the Year last season, bud. Dembele says Butters, you're just pissed we're about to screw Garner and sell him. He's better than McFred. Spot on, Rob. Well said, man. That's what's really pissing me off as well about this whole saga, is that we seem to be sticking with mediocre players and getting rid of good young players, you know, out on loan, Medjbury, but also even trying to sell Jimmy Garner now. Hey there, Footy King. What's going on? Welcome in. I hope you're good, bud. SM3 says Nkunku was a Rangnick suggestion, so doubt the club would go for him now. Yeah, well, that's it, isn't it? Just because of what? Piggin ego. Yeah, Mitrovic can be a bit of a mad bastard. Yeah, Gangshi, you know what? Maybe Mitro could be like the modern-day Cantona for us, though, bud. Tony, good shouts as Welsh Red. Ivan Tony's good shouts as Burmsy. Yeah, definitely. Taki Ahmed, what's going on, bro? How you doing? Ciro Immobile says, Butters, I struggle to say that guy's name, so I'm going to say no on that one. Pig, a lot of people are thinking it's De Jong's personal terms that have retired, which have, what's that? Pig, a lot of people are thinking it's De Jong's personal terms that have retired, which isn't as bad. Yeah, no, that is what it is, I'm pretty sure. So I'm pretty sure, let's just have another look at the statement. So, you know, Manchester United are preparing a new offer for Frankie de Jong. We've got these quotes here from Marcel van der Kraan. Heard from very strong sources that Manchester United's offer for Frankie de Jong has expired. New negotiations will have to begin. They'll have to make a new construction to fulfill the economic wishes of the player. Yes. So, yes. So basically, Man United have to submit a new offer for Frankie de Jong's personal terms. Absolutely. That is the case. Expired, not retired. I know what you meant, Andy Young, though, yeah. Martinez and Varane says Jose Luis Coelho. He looks a bit like Cantona. Ah, yes, true, Welsh Red. A little bit, actually, yeah. A little bit of a mad Cantona bastard, isn't he? I know. That's it. Let's get him in, scoring goals, kicking fans like the good old days. Fuck yeah. Come on, let's get those king emojis in there for Cantona, by the way. If only we had somebody like that now, in all seriousness. Somebody with a bit of swagger, with a bit of belief, with a bit of arrogance. That's what you want, guys. You want somebody who just says, no, today I'm better than you, twat. And they mean it and they fulfill it. That's what you want. Bumsy says, I assume Newcastle are after Conor Gallagher from Newcastle for 40 mil. Good shout in midfield. Good shout, yeah. I mean, and also there's a bunch of players I'd rather us spend, say, the 40 or 50 million euros that we're linked with Cunha on, instead of Cunha. I'd rather spend that money on a midfielder, to be fair. Cantona, says Batman Like Van. We need someone with a bit of nuts, someone with balls, says Stewart. Definitely. The true king Cantona, says Chris Ryan. Do I think the Glazers will help Ten Hag to buy players? Could Mapini? Yes and no. They'll do a little bit more now, I suppose, because of just how dire the situation is, just how horrendous the start to the season has been, and we haven't got De Jong, and we've had lots of players leave, and we haven't replaced them. So we will sign a couple more players, definitely. But will we do enough? Will we be as ambitious as we should be? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. We won't see us do anything amazing, I don't think, in this transfer window. We'll sign a couple more. We hopefully will get De Jong. You know, that'll be a massive signing. That'll be a great big marquee signing for Ten Hag. That really will. That'll go some way to helping us this season. But we need a lot more than that as well. We need a couple of other signings on top of him, if you ask me. So unless we do that, unless we do get De Jong and then a couple of other classy players, I don't see how it's a good window. Wazza, thank you for subscribing to the channel, my son. Appreciate you. And also, Taki Ahmed, thank you for hitting that subscribe button, my son. Appreciate you guys. If you guys are new, do what those legends have done. Hit the subscribe button. Also, drop a like on this video. Give it a share around on social media as well if you want to. That helps us out. In fact, I've pinned the tweet to the top of the live chat for this show. Please do give it a retweet. I'm going to go over there, in fact, and just see who's giving it a retweet and give you a shout out. I'll give you a shout out if you go over and retweet it, and give us a follow also. And there's 14 legends who retweeted it. I'll follow you back as well if I'm not following you already, if you give me a cheeky little retweet and help spread the show around. DC84, Vincent Bullock, Boom FC, Abdi Kafi, Devils Are Red, G-Dad Gamer, Matt Gwinnett, Shazad Ahmed, Stephen Braun, Tapfuma, Jarvis Cocker, Audio Mart, and Transfers_UTD. Thank you, all you legends, for helping get the word out there and spreading the show. That's 14 retweets. Thank you very much to you all. Please do go over there if you're new and give us a follow up on Twitter and give it a retweet. You know it makes sense. Thank you, Johnny M. I appreciate you, Johnny. Thank you, Vincent Bullock. Appreciate that, man. Does anyone tweet anymore? I don't really tweet that much. I put all my videos out there and stuff. Occasionally will tweet. What's going on there? Skate PvP, welcome in. And Les Comerford as well. Nice one, Les Comerford. Thank you, boss. Thank you, Fire Up. He says, smash a like. Nut says, if Ten Hag isn't backed in this window, I don't see us getting a top-tier manager when he's replaced in a year or two. Good shout. Could have a knock-on effect. I mean, I don't know, though. I mean, that's it. How many people are wanting to come to this United setup right now with the Glazers and how much we're struggling, the pressure? It's not a very nice environment, is it, to work in? And not only that, it's like the expectations are big, but the actual squad is mid-table. So it's a heck of a job for anybody. But we just got to hope that Ten Hag does really well. I'm not even looking beyond Ten Hag at the moment because I still hope that he's going to be good for us. I just feel like we need to back the guy, give him a squad capable of doing something, because I actually do think the squad's just shite right now. Kudzai says, do you think Man U can bring in Nkunku before the transfer window closes? I don't know. I don't think we'll do that, no. We won't spend the money needed. Just got in. What's the score? Hey there, Palmer. We'll do a little rundown shortly, actually. Matty Gwinnett with a £2 super chat. Super chat. Super Matty Gwinnett. Thank you, Matt Gwinnett. Everyone, let's get a sue in there for Matt Gwinnett. He says, Piggy, when can we get a Glazers out emoji? Oh, fucking hell. That is absolutely... I can't even believe it. Have we not got a Glazers out emoji? That is fucking shocking, isn't it? You're a bloody legend. Thank you so much. I need to get one of those immediately, Matt Gwinnett. I usually just say everyone get a hashtag Glazers out and some green and gold emojis in there. But you know what? You're so right. I need to get a Glazers out emoji, Matty Gwinnett. Thank you so much for that, bud. That's a great suggestion. That is a brilliant suggestion. I'm going to get one. Get those shitty Glazers out, mate. K Slater, what's going on? How you been? He says, players don't like playing for a toilet. Sorry, players don't like playing for a toilet at the end of a bachelor party kind of squad pick, says K Slater 23. That sounds horrendous. Yeah, fair enough, K Slater. Emmanuel Polisa, thank you for subscribing. And Anini Christian, thanks for hitting the subscribe up there, my friend. Danny C says top 4 predictions. Top 4 predictions are not very pretty from me now, guys. I still think Arsenal will bottle it. I know they're doing well. I'm going to go for Man City to win. I'm going Liverpool second. I know they've had a bad start. I still think they'll finish second. It's 1 or 2 games for Pete's sake. And then I'm going for Tottenham third and Chelsea fourth. That is my top 4. I'm doing good. Thank you, David Hodgie. How are you doing, pal? Too bad there wasn't someone out there like an old school Vinnie Jones. Would love to see that, says Larry. Hey, what's happening, Chow? He says, hi mate, Chow here, hope you're well. Just on a side story, have you heard anything on United loaning any players out, waiting for Galbraith, etc.? Players, yeah, United players being loaned out, absolutely. So Hannibal Medjby's close to being loaned out. Amad Diallo is close to being loaned out as well. So Man United are looking to loan out Amad Diallo this season. We're also looking to offload Jimmy Garner by the looks of it, but maybe on a permanent deal for 15 or 20 million if we can. So yes, we are looking to do that. Okay, De Jong negotiation for personal terms. We should get him, says Mark Nurse. We've got to try and convince him to come, but I don't think we should get bent over by him. If he's just coming for a huge money deal, if he wants any more than what he's getting at Barca, it's just ridiculous. Kudsai says, Pig, can I have your app number? You are such a star. I don't really know what you mean by app number, but you can follow me on Instagram at Flying Pig United and Twitter, TikTok, Twitch. All of those places at Flying Pig United, but you can't have my phone number, mate. No FIFA stream tonight, Ash Carroll. Sorry to disappoint, my lad. 234 likes, says Vincent Bullock. Get in there, my son. Suey. Thank you, everyone, for hitting that like. We're nearly at 250. Keep dropping a thumbs up on it if you're new to the show. So, guys, let me just cover the rest of the news, and then we'll get into a bit of a Q&A and stuff. But I've got a little bit more information coming out. So, also, there's a big bit of murmurs and rumblings going around that a New York-based investment fund are said to be considering putting together an offer to take over Manchester United. So, a New York investment fund is considering an offer for United. Now, Depends who and what and how, really, as to whether or not this sounds good, but we'll have to wait and see. But a New York-based investment fund are said to be considering putting together an offer to take over Manchester United. So I hope it's true, because the Glazers are shite. But again, it does depend who. It does depend who's involved and what sort of direction and what sort of ambitions they've got for the club. But, you know, it could be positive. It could be positive. So that's just come out. Okay, so Southampton. We've got a new report that Southampton are interested in signing Man United's James Garner. James Garner, this is what pisses me off, folks. We talked about it earlier on today, but for anybody that missed it, we'll just talk about it briefly again now. I mean, James Garner has had no opportunities at Manchester United. He's a young kid. He's barely played. Whenever we have seen him play, I've been very impressed with him. Or certainly I've not been disgusted with him, which is what I have been for Scott McTominay and Fred a lot of the times we've seen him play over the last year or two. So certainly McTominay. So it does frustrate me big time that this guy is potentially being offloaded. Why are we selling Jimmy Garner? He's barely had an opportunity, barely had a chance. Much rather give him chances in the hope that he has the potential to go and succeed the likes of Scott McTominay, which is probably likely. Because let's face it, Scott McTominay's shite. So Jimmy Garner should stay. I'm very frustrated with Man United for trying to offload this guy when we've got Shotty McShotbag McTominay there, who should easily be offloaded and sold ahead of Jimmy Garner. Just cut your losses on Scott McTominay. Plus, value-wise, they're about the same. What does that tell you, guys? What does that tell you about how shit Scott McTominay is? That in his prime, value-wise, they're probably about the same in money. So James Garner's a young kid. What is he? 20? Let's have a look at his age. He's 21 now. So he's 21. He's still a young kid, basically. He's still developing. He's still learning. And Scott McTominay, isn't he fucking 29 now? 28? No, he's not. He's 25. I'm way off. But for some reason, I thought he was older than that. You know why? Because he's been stinking at Manchester United for several years now. And he's only 25, but still, that is shocking, isn't it? He should have developed a lot more than this by now. He should be putting in better performances than what he is by now. He's in his prime, essentially. 25 years of age, and he's shit. So why are we persevering with somebody who's had years and years of development at United? Years and years of development at United, when we know what realistically he's not going to hit the heights of what we want. We've developed him to a point. You know, he's the midfield Scottish Welbeck. That's it. It's all it is. We've developed him to a point, and he's probably never going to get beyond that. And in fact, that's a disservice to Welbeck, because in comparison, Welbeck was a much better Manchester United player than Scott McTominay. Scott McTominay's been super dross, super bang average for a long time. So let's have a vote in the live chat, guys. Keep or sell Scott McTominay. Luke MUFC, thanks for your super chat, bud. Luke MUFC says, Pig, can you check Instagram messages, please, mate? Oh, Luke MUFC, you mean right now? Let me have a look. But Instagram, thank you so much for getting in here with your super chat button. I appreciate you hitting the super chat button there, you legend. Let's get a cheeky little suey in there for this guy, Luke MUFC. Thank you so much, pal. Are you talking about in my... Oh, yeah, I see you here. Could help me with something regarding streaming. Okay, a nice one. I'll get back to you after the... I've seen your thing now. I haven't been on there a while. I'll get back to you after the show, mate. No problem at all. Nice one. Thank you very much for that, dude. How are you doing, Swine? I'm good, thank you, Brave786. Hope you're good too. But anyway, Scott McTominay's actually only 25. He feels for some reason, he feels older than that, because we've been watching him perform like a bag of shite for a while. And maybe he's a big lad or something, but he's definitely not a good player. He's definitely not a good player. Jimmy Garner is only 21. So, Jimmy, I would argue that in 4 years' time, if Jimmy Garner was actually played and given opportunities to develop, I would argue that Jimmy Garner will be a better player than Scott McTominay. And if he's not, then, well, you know, it's another player that's failed to develop into that. However, Scott McTominay is definitely not going to be a good player for us. So sell the guy. Sell. Everybody says sell in the live chat here. Sell, says Philip. Yeah, sell, says L. Costas. Neva, is he coming to United, says John. Sell, says Michelle Ellis and Chris Q. Yeah, everybody says sell. So I think we're all in agreement. Scott McTominay's shite. Jimmy Garner hasn't even had the opportunity, really, to find out if he is shite or not. I think he's a young kid. We need to give him a chance. I'd much rather see him starting in the next game than Scotty McScottbag. So there you go. Southampton apparently interested in Jimmy Garner. That's the latest bit of information that's come out this evening as well. Pretty disappointing, really. Pretty disappointing if we do sell Jimmy Garner for peanuts. Also, more info come out this evening about Matheus Cunha. Yeah, okay, so Enrique Ortega from Spain reporting that Man United are going to make a €50 million offer for Matheus Cunha. It seems like we may do that. We know that we're in talks with Matheus Cunha, as you see from Fav's tweet earlier. Man United had direct talks with Matheus Cunha's agents, as with many others in the last few days. No agreement reached with Atletico Madrid as things stand. Atletico want more than €50 million to sell Cunha this summer. Interesting. Well, I've got one or two little more tidbits, guys, to get to. Then we are going to get into the Q&A, so bear with me a moment. So, there's, speaking of Matheus's, we were talking about previously, we were linked with a player, sporting player, Matheus Nunez, a while ago, right? A really good baller player, good player, one for the future, looking good. Man United were interested in sporting midfielder Matheus Nunez. Apparently, he'd already rejected Wolverhampton and West Ham for a bigger challenge, but Tottenham also interested in him. However, we got a report now this evening from Fabrizio Romano that Wolves are now closing in on the signing of Matheus Nunez. Agreement of €45 million plus €5 million in add-ons, as talks on the players' side are still ongoing and progressing. Wolves hope to complete every detail of the deal this week. It would be a club record fee. So, that is pretty big news for Wolves, man. They're going to try and sign this guy. That goes to show you where Wolves are at as a club, and maybe why they don't want to sell Ruben Neves and people like that. It's because, well, they're trying to actually do things. They're spending $50 million on a guy. We'd probably be really doing very well to get. Man United would be doing well to get. So I don't know why we aren't going in for this guy. I don't know why it's not us who's reached an agreement with Sporting for him. But there you go. We are looking like we're going to lose out on Matheus Nunez to Wolverhampton Wanderers, folks. What an absolute bunch of melters we've got running this football club, honestly. It's disgusting. So, yeah, very much expecting that we probably don't even bother going in for that guy, even though we've been linked with him, and we just allow him to go to Wolves and they get themselves another really good player. So, yeah, just wanted to update you on that one because it's very frustrating. And David Ornstein now confirming, and the Athletic confirming this evening, that Wolverhampton Wanderers have agreed a fee with Sporting Lisbon for midfielder Matheus Nunez. The Athletic understands. That's via David Ornstein. So, yeah, it's legit. Wolves, Fab reporting it as well, that Wolves are now closing on a Matheus Nunez. So it looks like they're going to sign him. And Man United need to act now on this guy, really. We need to act now on this guy. We need some bodies in that midfield, don't we? Need some good players, and he is a good player. I'd rather us go and sign somebody like that than Adrian Rabiot, in all fairness. But, look, it depends what the ambition is from Man United, and it seems like we don't have any. Oh, it seems like we don't have the ambition. really does. Also, Hakim Ziyech apparently is still an interest of Erik ten Hag, but United not too. The board apparently not too interested unless the price is right, if Chelsea aren't too greedy. So maybe Man United would take Ziyech. Ziyech's a player that I actually would take at Man United if the price was right, if it was a little bit of money that they wanted. I'd take him because Ten Hag's got that history. He is a good player, but he's just not really done well for Chelsea in the Prem. I don't know if I would take him, actually. The only reason I would want him is because he would be cheap and he would be a body over on that right side. That's the only reason. Is that really a good enough reason? I think United should be making signings to have ambition to really improve us. So I'm not so sure, actually. But just out of the possible options on that right side, right. Also, yep, Jamie Vardy link's still there. Apparently, we'd be interested in offering him a one-year deal if Ronaldo goes. Yeah, reports suggest that a core bunch of the players like Ronaldo and Bruno have told the club hierarchy they need help with new signings. They're not happy with the start of the season of the transfer window. First team players also had a big dressing room bust up recently on Thursday, apparently reported by Samuel Luckhurst. Right, I'm going to get into the rundown of what we discussed in this vid. Then we're going to get into the Q&A, folks. Thank you all for being here. Mash the like button. We're at 258 likes. Let's see if we can get this to 300 likes. We've got 465 watching. We can do better than that, guys. Bacon Brigade, assemble! Hit the like button. Let's have a like spike to 300. Help us compete with those clickbait charlatans. Help us compete with the corporation channels by smashing that like button on this independent fan channel and this community fan channel. Get yourself involved in the chat as well. This is where we're going to go in there raw, my friends, and stick around for a good while. We'll probably stick on for 15 minutes or so and read all your questions out. But quickly, just to run things down, United working on Cunha. Sources suggest that he's high on our list. Liverpool drew, obviously, tonight, and United will go above Liverpool if we beat them at Old Trafford next week. That would be amazing, wouldn't it? Marcel van der Kraan said in today's podcast that he's heard from very strong sources that United's offer for Frankie de Jong has expired. New negotiations will have to begin. They will have to make new construction to fulfill the economic wishes of the player. And United are therefore preparing a new offer for Frankie de Jong to meet the needs of the player. Ten Hag's apparently been punishing the players in 30-degree heat. Eric Bailly wants to fight for his place. However, Man United are now looking to sell him apparently, and there's clubs interested here such as Monaco, Marseille, Valencia, West Ham, Besiktas, Fenerbahce, Galatasaray, AC Milan. Also, big dressing room argument on Thursday. Ahmad Diallo is now reportedly being offered out on loan also, and Mejbri also going out on loan also. That's the latest evening news, guys. So Matheus Cunha, the latest headline, the newest player to join the very big list of players linked with Manchester United this summer, without us ever really going in for that many of them at all. Let's get into the chat, see what you guys are saying. Smash that like, hit the subscribe, and let's be having you. We need a new keeper soon, says El Costas. Well, we do need a new backup keeper. I still think De Gea's the man. I'm not buying this old De Gea's had one shocker of the game, let's fucking write him off narrative. I think he's been a stunning player for us for a decade, and he had one bad game. Bermsey says Eriksen's a bad player. He done well at Brentford because he had legs around and busting a gut. Can we say the same for United? No, we can't. No, you're right. I mean, we played Brentford the other day. There was some shocking stats come out after the game that Brentford players covered like 13 kilometres combined extra than Manchester United players did. I mean, that's just wrong, isn't it? Now, I know we had the lion's share of possession. Maybe if you're chasing a bit more, you're going to do more running. But no, United should be matching these players for intensity, absolutely. De Gea don't fit the system, says Extras on. Well, so far, vulnerability shown. If you look at his ability to play out from the back, well, in that last game against Brentford, that was highlighted and it was bad. You know, that one goal where he's played it to the feet of Eriksen and they scored from it. That's just bad. That's just bad distribution and just bad goalkeeping and just bad passing. He shouldn't be inviting the opposition attacker into that situation by playing it to his feet in that sort of an area. He definitely had a mare. I don't think he is the most adept sweeper keeper, the most skillful goalkeeper, anything like that when it comes to distribution or sweeping up. I actually don't. I just think he's a great goalkeeper overall. But maybe for a Ten Hag system, maybe he's not the best, but he's too good to drop right now. We've got to give him a chance. He's been the man for us for a decade. We have to give him a chance and see how he can go. But a lot of people are saying Henderson is probably better for a Ten Hag system based on that one game for Nottingham Forest. But come on now. De Gea was so good for us last season. He can do the business. I'm not worried about De Gea. It's the rest of the team I'm worried about. Oh, missing out on the Varane SBC. Also, do you think of when does that end, Andy Youngbud? Can you tell me when that ends, pal? When does that end? Piggy covers 115 kilometers on a speed day, says K-Slayer23. Callum says, when De Gea makes a mistake, all the Dean Henderson fanboys come out their little caves. That's right, Callum. You go, yeah. I'm still De Gea over Henderson all day. Look, Henderson's not here at United anyway this season, guys, but let's just play the game for fun. Are you De Gea or Henderson? Who do you think's the better goalkeeper overall? Let us know. Honestly, I think De Gea's shoulders above. Didn't really look into the minutes played, to be fair, Alex Walker. But that's quite interesting. John Roberto says, lucky since, let's be honest, and unlike some of these loony bins, says John, De Gea will let us go to the Championship. Thank you very much there, Chris Koeman. He says, respect to you, Pig, for having the energy to keep your head up and do this every day. This must be the hardest part of your YouTube career, considering this situation. So kudos, my dude. Hey, thank you, Chris Koeman. Yeah, well, you know, it's a little bit draining talking about some of the same old shite like De Jong. I'm just happy when United are actually looking at new signings, so we've got something new to talk about. Because it really pisses me off talking about De Jong, in all fairness. So, but yeah, thank you, Chris Koon. This is a pleasure, mate. I love hanging out with you legends and chatting. I've got a bit of a migraine at the moment, though. David all day says, Steve, well, not that bad. Obviously, not a migraine, but a headache. DOK Moose says, De Gea. De Gea all day says John O'Connor and Marky Nurse. De Gea says Simon Warner. You think it's close, says Enigma47. Ashley Carroll says Twitter. De Gea says United forever. Heaton's a solid goalkeeper. I mean, he is. He's a good backup. I don't know why necessarily we need another backup. De Gea all day says Master Yoda. Nathan Bishop's better than Hendo, says Extra Zom. I've got 3 days left to complete it. Okay, I'll definitely get that done. 100% De Gea, says Susan Lively Sue. Hey, good night there, Cass Vandermeer. Thanks for watching. De Gea says Kerfuffles. So most of us think De Gea. A couple of people are saying Henderson there. Otto scores and he. Thank you very much for hitting that subscribe button, pal. John says, no, they're both shit. I mean, De Gea's been one of the best keepers in the world the last decade, pal. De Gea needs to go, says Paul. Why? Because of one bad game? Really? Really? Because of one bad game? Eric Ten Hag must drop players like Maguire, Rashford and McTominay to use academy players ASAP, says Johnny. Tim Howard, says Joey Evans. Tim Howard's a good keeper, mate. I like Tim Howard. Obviously not as good as, some of our other keepers, but I like Tim Howard, mate. He was decent. He was much better than some of the other shite we had as well, like fucking Roy Carroll or someone. We have option this season, De Gea says Welsh Red. What about Obanya? Who's Obanya? Lucky Singh. Pig, I would like to give you a thumbs. I can't find my remote control. Thank you very much there, Simon. Matt Gwyneth says, got a keeper in to discipline the defence for fuck's sake, says Matty Gwyneth. Why did Schmeichel not end up at United instead of the French league, says Stuart Orlison. Because we got De Gea. We got De Gea, mate. Cunha updates, says Rushman. Oh, thank you very much. Batman Knifer says Tim Howard was crap. Tim Howard was not crap. Tim Howard was decent for us and for Everton, and he was a decent keeper. That's harsh. You know what he wasn't? He wasn't great. He wasn't Schmeichel. He wasn't Edwin van der Sar. He wasn't even David De Gea. But he was good. He was decent. I'd say he was a decent keeper, lad. That's harsh. We know he's got more chance signing Frankie Valley than De Jong, says John Roberto. Right, hang on a sec. We got an update here from Rushmano through in regards to Matheus Cunha that says that he's keen to join. He would be keen to join United, and maybe Atletico would be willing to let him go for the right fee, believed to be between 40 and 50 million euros. In all fairness, if you can get him for 40 million euros, which is like 33 million pounds, that's not the worst. I'd say get him. In all fairness, but 50 million euros, that's too much. That's too much. Enigma says Tim Howard was class. Amanda says Tim Howard was decent. Agree. Tim Howard was decent. He was decent, man. Massimo Taibu was decent, says Simon Gold. He can't play out scared to go for the ball, says John. Nah, De Gea is an absolute class act, in my opinion. Fabian Barthez, legend, says Steve Wild. Fabian Barthez was, in my opinion, a great keeper, but I personally think he was shit for United, mate. You know? I honestly do. I remember watching him make clanger after clanger, bud. That guy was a melter for Man United. Yeah, he was a good keeper before that, though, but certainly for Man United, he was erratic and crap. United transfer window's been a circus here. Absolutely, Gary Aitken. Thank you, Rush Mano. He says, great show, Pig. Thank you, Rushy, my son. Ronaldo has not said he wants to leave, as per Eric Ten Hag, says Susan Lively Sue. Thank you, Susan. Yeah, I mean, look, Ronaldo, who knows? It's all behind the scene. Officially, he hasn't asked to leave. Officially, he's still turning up and playing. So we can only really go on that, I guess. Tim Howard was better than De Gea, says 91 Vance. I disagree with that, to be fair. Barthez was shite, says Zeddy. And for USA, inconsistent Barthez, says Rushmano. Definitely. Taibbi was awful, but he was only here for a flash in the pan, wasn't he, really? But yeah, who remembers that goal, Letitia and all that? Oh, no. Oh, no. Tim Howard better than De Gea. That's etched in my memory, that is, guys. That horrible Massimo Taibbi goal. That was fucking awful. Mark Bosnich was okay. He was decent. Loved a bit of the cocaine. Not a big fan of Mark Bosnich. Didn't think he was that good for us. I thought Roy Carroll was bang bleeding average. Barthez was erratic as fucking a melter. Who else was there, folks? Who else will we have? Thomas Kuszak. Thomas Kuszak was just a backup, and also Thomas Kuszak was just crap. But there you go. Chris Koo, thank you so much for the Vibes super sticker there, you legend, bro. Let's get a cheeky little hashtag Vibes in the chat there for Chris Koo. Thank you, Chris Koo, getting in here raw, lad, with the super sticker. That's right, Gary Aitken. We discussed that a moment ago. That's it. Wolves are now going in for Matheus Nunez. That's right. An agreement on 45 million euros plus 5 million euros in add-ons as talks on the player side are still ongoing and pressing. United nowhere to be seen. Exactly, Gary. We should be going in for that, man. Why isn't CR7 captain, says Joey Evans? Because we got a human fridge as captain because somebody thinks it's a good idea. I don't know why. Hey, Mikhail Kramer. What's going on? Vanja Milinkovic-Savic is Sergei's brother, says Mikhail. Love to remind people of him, says extra Lindegaard. Oh, Lindegaard, Andres Lindegaard. Oh, come on. Come on now, merchant. We're scraping the barrel. What are you going to come and hit me with next? Raymond van der Gaal? We're fucking scraping the barrel a bit here, son. Sergio Romero. Now, that's the correct answer for the greatest backup keeper we've had, in all fairness. He was brilliant. De Gea, did you watch the game? Shocking, pathetic, unforgivable. Well, he was awful, Jason. Yeah, it was one game, though, bud. He's been brilliant. Look at last season. He was our best player. CR7 covers last grass in the 6-yard box as Big Red. Dutch Christ, what's going on, you legend? He said, Zach says, we should go after Nunez. Totally agree. Smash a 1 in the live chat, guys, if you think we should go for Matheus Nunez, this player who's being linked with Wolves and is a quality player. And for some reason, Manchester United don't want to go for him. Let us know if you think we should go for him. 23 years of age, sporting midfielder, hotly tipped to do well in the game. He'll be a great signing for Wolves, but Man United could go for him. AP says 1, Gary says yep, Rushy says yep, Obsidian and Johnny say yep. Of course, there's Lucky saying yes, there's extras on. So why does everybody, hijack him, says Rob. So why does everybody in this live chat think we should go for him? Why is it Wolves that are going for him and Man United are not going for him? It's bizarre, isn't it? We're a bunch of melters. If we had ambitious owners, we'd be going for this guy. Bruv, you guys had Di Maria, even he didn't work out. How? Because he was a dobby little melter, and I think his house was robbed when he was here and he got the ump and he wanted to leave, in all fairness. But he was a dobby little snake, my son, that's why. Matt Gwinnett says 1, Victor says 1, Charlie Anthony agrees, and John O'Connor, yep. Pig, did you ever rate Samasi Abu for West Ham in 1997? Who the fuck is that guy, mate? I don't remember him at all. Samasi Abu. Am I having a mare here, folks? Mate, I don't know about. I can't remember that player, mate. Everyone thinks we should go for him, but no one really watched Nunez, says Eddie. Our owners only care about shirt sales, says Zach S. It's not the owner of Nunez, it's the lack of proper scouting networks, says Kingslayer. Simon says, we would have finished lower in the table if it wasn't for De Gea last season. Both he and Ronaldo saved our season. Well said, Simon. Those were the 2 standout performers. We're only 9 likes off of 300 likes, guys. Let's have a like spike to 300. Oh, hell yeah. Any new blood is better than the trash we have. Fair comment there, Steve Wild. Good shout, Stephen. Koulibaly. If only we got Koulibaly instead of Maguire 2 seasons ago. So spot on, Stephen. Man, we missed out there. Jason says, so when De Gea makes mistakes, your bottom makes sense if he was your best player last season. What you got? Well, our team is crap. Sean B says, Pig, I'd bring back Aaron Wan-Bissaka at right back and Malacia at left back. Me too at the moment as well. Yeah, shore it up. At least Wan-Bissaka's defensively sound. Better protection of the back. I agree with you entirely, Sean B. Definitely Malacia over Luke Shaw as well. And I'd go Wan-Bissaka over Dallo. Varane also has to start. Totally agree, Sean B. On the Head Football Live, what's going on? He says, FIFA tonight. Not tonight, actually, my man. Sorry. Big Bear says we hit 300 and Disco Dave. Thank you, guys. Baby, we did it. Let's go. This is Sparta. Sorry, I just spat everywhere there. Charlie Ante says, Brian Pig, at this stage, I would rather the under-23s play over half that 11. Me too, Charlie. I really hope he does that. I hope he gives Garnacho a nod. Malacia gets stuck in there. I hope we do see, Garner. I'd rather see Garner than McTominay. I'd hope it's not going to happen now because it looks like they're going to sell him. But certainly there's youngsters we could play. Gungshi says 301 as well. Get in. Why Shaw starting over Malacia? Don't know really, El Costas. I thought maybe Shaw would be really up for it this season because he's got the competition Malacia there. It's a new season, but at the moment he looks crap. So I definitely would play Malacia next game. Buy Dumfries now. Yes, please, AP. Maguire can suck eggs, says Johnny. Pig, do you think if we get relegated, the Glazers will actually end up selling? Probably not, Andy. No, there's probably still meat on the bones for them to pick away at. 307 likes. Nice one, Vincent. What about Hernandez again for us, says Joey? What, Chicharito? Xavier Hernandez? Take him in a heartbeat, but I'm not even joking. What is he now, 34? I don't even know, but I'd take him in a heartbeat. As a backup super sub to come off a bench and snag you a goal in a key moment, defo, I'd take him in a heartbeat, mate. We should have never let him go. This is Spatter, says Ashley. Oh, man. G-Dash, thank you very much for the super chat, bro. Yeah, Zidane bow extras on, I agree. G-Dash, thank you very much for the super chat. He says, what's good, man? Arsenal fan from NC. North Carolina, is that? In football, 2 + 2 doesn't always equal 4. This Liverpool game is Man U's for the taking. What do you think? Well, nice one there, G-Dash. I like your style, bud. Let's get a Sue in there for him. Me personally, yeah, no, you're right. Look, just because Liverpool should beat Man United right now doesn't mean that they will. It's a derby game. Everything sort of goes out the window a little bit. If United are fired up and really give a good account of ourselves, we can get a result. And Liverpool look a little bit shaky at the moment. Palace almost done them. And they're just looking a little bit ropey. They've got 2 points from 2 games. If we beat them, we go above them in the league. So it's not like they've had a stellar start either. I think we can beat them, but I still expect Liverpool to get the result. But we're at Old Trafford, Man United, if we turn up, who knows? Hey, first-class gamer, what's going on, you bloody legend? I hope you're doing well tonight. Mark in the house. How you doing, dude? But yeah, G-Dash, thank you so much for getting in here, bro. Arsenal fan. First Class Gamer's also an Arsenal scummer. Taki Ahmed's back. Thanks for getting back in here, bud. We just beat them 4-0. Hey, Primot, you legend. What's going on? He says, spank the like for the Pigo. Thank you, Primot. I hope you're good tonight. Who would you see at CDM, says Stephen? Well, for the game against Liverpool, do you mean who I would start, right, or who I would sign? I mean, who I would start would be, I'd probably go Martinez. I'd go Bailly and Varane as the centre-backs, and I'd go Martinez CDM. Because I'm not convinced about Martinez as centre-back at the moment. Hernandez said he would come back and play for free. Yeah, he did, Big Bear. I know, what a bloody legend. You think Smalling was better than Maguire, says Stuart Orlison? Yeah. It's going to be a bad result for us. I have a feeling, says Joey. Pig Salah loves Old Trafford. Well, true, Andy. No, it's going to be difficult, man. It's going to be difficult. Hi there, Mark Egan. You hate all Arsenal fans, says Simon Gold. Well said. No, I'm just kidding. We welcome everybody in here as long as you're not a complete douche tit. Mikhail Kramer says, stay positive. It's football. Anything can happen. If they get a red card, it's on. Is that what it's come to? They have to have 10 men? No, fair one, though. I know what you're saying. Like, anything can happen in football. If we get a bit of luck or, just we smash a goal in early doors, it changes the whole complexion of things. So, yeah, I agree. We can win it. Come on, United. Let's smash up these Scouse melts. Don't want to attack Ten Hag yet, but my God, Eriksen and Lissandro are awful, says Victor Camara. So I wouldn't even focus on those two yet, bud. I thought Lissandro was good in his first game. Eriksen did okay. They both shat it in the last game, but look, in my opinion, don't blame those guys. Blame the tried and tested shite we've got at the club for a long time. People like Maguire, McTominay, all those guys. Fred, Rashford, Bruno, Luke Shaw. All these guys who have just been underperforming for way too long. Don't blame the new guys. They're playing with the shit team. I've been linked to Wankada, says, oh, that's a good one, SM3. That's a good one. Money, a big loss for Liverpool. Oh, he's a big loss for Lucky Singh. The bin dippers will be up for next week, Pig. Time after tonight, Pig, says Welsh Red. Anthony's a must-buy, says AP. Kuzo says Ten Hag should let Maguire go. Yeah, absolutely. Why is Ten Hag bringing on subs? Don't know. Why is he doing that? It makes no sense. We should have these guys coming in earlier. Wouldn't be surprised if Liverpool match gets either delayed or postponed, says Andy Young. Martinez is too small, says Dutch Christ. Trust me, I'm 6'3" and would slap him all over the gaff as a striker. Love it, Dutch Christ. Thank you, Rushmano. He says, subscribe to the channel. Yes, dudes. We're pretty much going to be wrapping this video up soon. But if you guys are indeed new to the channel, make sure that you smash the subscribe. I'll stick around for a few more minutes. Just see what you legends have got to say for yourselves, Why not, eh? So please do get your thoughts and opinions in for a little bit longer. We'll stick around for 5 more minutes, So get yourself in here, my friends, with a few last comments. Liverpool, it's a win-win if we win. If we lose, we want Glazers out. Yeah, fair one, Madhouse. All the pressure's on Liverpool. Well, not necessarily the pressure, but all the expectation is on Liverpool to actually do a really good, easy job against us, isn't it? We're the underdogs, definitely. They're expected to win. Do you all like Sky Sports News? Not really, Lucky Singh. It's a bit shit. It's a bit slow. No worries, SM3YT. That was a good one, bro. Johnny King says, who would you have signed out of the strikers that were available, Pig? I would have got Christopher and Kunku, yeah. Hopefully United fans will boycott the Liverpool game. In an ideal world, Erling Haaland. But obviously not. Got to run. Thank you, AP, for watching. Imagine if players are paid on performance. Oh, first class game, and we'd save the most money every single week if that was the case, wouldn't we? We'd end up paying about £7.50 out in wages per week, bud. Maguire for janitor, says Paul Russell. Yeah, Dybala on a free should have happened. What do you think? I disagree, actually, Enigma 47. I see him as a bit of a mercenary toss piece whose best years are behind him, but there you go. United reminds you of WCW 2001. You what, Butters? Who would you sign at CDM? Ideally a tall and versatile box-to-boxer, Stephen. Well, De Jong. De Jong to play. De Jong and Martinez to play together in midfield for me. Thank you for subscribing there, Gunny99 and Medwadri Charles and Kev DC and Foster Praku and Gen TV and DS Tube and the United fan. Nice one, guys. Welcome in. Thank you for hitting that subscribe button, everybody new. Yeah, you know what to do if you're new around here. I'm going to stick around for a few minutes to get your thoughts in. Maguire for boot cleaner, says Extra Zom. That was the case. Players would be playing. Yeah, exactly, Andy. They'd be paying us. Do you think Man U will buy striker before the transfer window closes? Yes, Kudzai, I do, actually. Nani's 35. I'd still have him back, Batman. Nani was brilliant. Get Chicharito back. Him as well. Definitely Chris Koo. Him as well. Not even joking. Piggy Mate said earlier that Scott can be a great CDM, says Callum Gill. Your mate said that, did he? I mean, I don't see it. I think his passing's too bad. His distribution's too bad. What's my lineup against Liverpool? Okay, D, okay. So hear me out, bud. Hear me out here. I actually think that if we go with our senior players, our experienced players, we will do worse than if we went with players who perhaps are there based on form, even if they're a young lad. So I would go De Gea in goal. Left back, drop Luke Shaw, play Malacia. Centre backs, drop Maguire, piss off my son. I would be playing Bailly and Varane at centre back. I would go for Wan-Bissaka at right back. Bit more defensive stability there. In the CDM role, I'd give that to Lisandro Martinez. I'd then probably, alongside him, have to go with Eriksen. And then I'd probably play Donny in front of them. And Bruno Fernandes can sit on the bench where he belongs right now because nobody's too big to be benched if he's shit. On the left side, see you later on, Marcus Rashford, you're on the bench. Give it to Garnacho, a young raw talent, why the hell not? On the right, Sancho did have a stinker in the last game, but he looked okay in the first game. I'd probably still go with Sancho. We just got slim pickings on that right-hand side. And then striker Cristiano Ronaldo. That's what I would do at the moment. I would definitely drop 4 or 5 players. So Maguire gets dropped, Rashford gets dropped, Bruno gets dropped, Fred gets dropped, Luke Shaw gets dropped, and Dalot gets dropped. That's 6 players. I'd drop 6 players and make 6 changes. De Jong, Martinez, midfield, Bailly and Varane. Yeah, so Martinez would be my holding midfielder. We'd have Donny and Eriksen, you know, playing off them. Or it could be a midfield 2 of like Martinez and Donny, with Martinez being a more defensive-minded player, dropping into the back line sometimes, you know, protecting the back line. And then, yeah, just for that game, why not? We're expected to lose anyway against Liverpool. Maybe go out there with some kids who are playing with a bit of freedom and with a point to prove and with, you know, with something to actually, they're actually trying. That's what I want to see. This ain't going to happen, says Jason. I doubt it. He'll probably play with Harry Maguire and McTominay. Do I think Eriksen is playing the right position? No, because I think Eriksen's best position is CAM. Playing where Bruno Fernandes usually plays for us. But at the moment, is he... I don't think he's going to get in. Thank you, Stephen. A lot of fine Manchester United need dropping, in my opinion. Yeah, absolutely, Lucky Singh. Titles Bramble says he wants to replace Maguire. Upgrade, says Bermsey. We just know Slabhead will start as extra. I didn't watch Liverpool tonight, Ashley Bryan. He says they haven't looked their usual best. That's great to hear, though. I think they're feeling the loss of Mane, aren't they? Interesting, Simon Gold. Michael Knighton tweeted these owners will be gone by the end of the season. God bless you all. Oh, that's brilliant, Simon. I hope that's the case. Why the fuck ain't you our manager, says Chris Kill. I don't know, bud. Could go with that team, says Kerfuffles. Cody Gakpo will be far better than Matheus Cunha. What do you think? Glazers is a big mess. United makes me sick now. Gakpo would be a good signing, absolutely. I don't see why not. I mean, he was the best player in the season in the league last year, apparently, in the Eredivisie. He got player of the year, so he must be all right. You know, and his stats are very impressive. What did Nunez do to get a red card? I'm not too sure, Kingster, actually. I didn't watch the Liverpool game. I just saw the results and the stats and stuff. Can we sacrifice Easter Island head for a trophy yet, says Matt Ginnett. He's headbutted, says Batman Night Fan. You did see the Liverpool game tonight. Nice. And were Liverpool shit, were they? Owen goal against City, says Joey. Rushy says we got 329 likes. Guys, can we get 350 likes on this late night stream? I'm going to stick around for 2 more minutes, read out all your comments. McTominay for striker, then he can see what it's like to get Gashall's services, Andy. Gakpo's a decent sort of player, says Lucky. You feel like Cunha's a good signing as he can play simple football. Yeah, fair one, Tom. I think he's a good signing for 30 million, not a good signing for 50 million. That's how I feel about him. Headbutt, says Batman Night Fan. Headbutt, was it? Oh, shit. Liverpool will struggle without Mane, says Jason Brown. Butter says, can we both sign Gakpo and Anthony? Depay got player of the year. Fair one, Madhouse. He did have an insane season the season before he came to us, though. But then he was shit, so fair point, fair point. Nunez thought he was Zidane, says anything before he said, wow, I've got to look at that. Nunez headbutted a defender, so he's going to get a free match ban then, is he? So it's 3 matches, right? Violent conduct. Marcel over Ronaldo, says Costa. Savu Lon, thank you so much for getting in here raw with those 3 little piggies. A French man with an attitude and class, says Terrell Platt, that's what we want. Like you mentioned, there's someone in the club who's sticking Maguire, McSauce, etc. into the starting lineup. Happened to our last 3 managers. Maybe Stephen. I mean, it does feel like maybe Ten Hag's a bit of a puppet. Did I ever have a skinhead haircut? I did, Simon Gold, yeah. Can I shit together? Eric Tenai, says John O'Connor. Nunez out as well with a ridiculous headbutt straight red card, but he looked overhyped. Nice, Brian, that's good. I'm hoping shit. Lovely Scottish kiss from Nunez, says Madhouse. Nunez nutted him twice. Well, I've got to check this out, mate. United trying to sign former Arsenal players, says Lucky Sin. Do you think Man United will fix the right back problem? Probably not, Kudzai, because it involves spending money, and United don't want to do that right now. Marcio might not be fit enough, says Simon Warner. Yeah, fair one. He'll probably come on, probably start from the bench. We need a Mascherano type of mid. Great shout, extras on. Yeah, absolutely. Maybe that could be like Lisandro Martinez, though. Why did Conte and Tuchel get sent off yesterday? They were shaking hands too violently. So Tuchel shook Conte's hand. Tuchel wasn't happy with the fact that Conte didn't look him in the eyes when he shook his hand. And there was a bit of a pulling and pushing going on. Darren Fletcher's a big problem. Yeah, Mage General, sorry. Good shout. Yeah, maybe so. What is he actually doing? What's his problem? What's his issue? Some say it's him who's selecting the bloody team. His first headbutt, a sub to Flying Pig. Nice one, bud. That's interesting, man. Zane Miassi, what's going on? Here he is. He says, Pig just came back from the Raiders of the Lost Ark at the cinema. Arsenal are on for a second after watching Liverpool play. Wait, what's that? You just watched Raiders of the Lost Ark? You really are living in the fucking past, aren't you, Zane Miassi? You know what I mean? Indiana Jones, that came out in the fucking 80s, Zane Miassi, bud. What are you doing going to the cinema watching that, bud? He's trying to capture those days of the Invincibles and, you know, before that when Arsenal were actually capable of winning things. Always remember, bud, it's been 10 years. We've had 10 years. We've been not won anything for a long time, nearly 10 years now. But still, we won the league 10 years more recently than you tosspots. Seen me actually watching fucking Raiders of the Lost Ark with a poster of fucking Mark Overmars on his wall, strumming one out. Wake up, Zane! It's not the 90s! You know? The film came out in 1981, says Enigma 47. Well, okay, so it's not even like any sort of like 40th year anniversary, is it? Because that's 41 years, so it's not even like a 40th anniversary special. What are you doing, Zane? The 80s was the best, Rex Banner, I agree. Zane stuck in the 80s, says Batman. Why does Zane donate when he gets bantered every time? He loves it. He fucking loves it. Do you have a mullet, Zane? Says Rashmano. A private screening, says Mickey Kramer. Oh, it's a great movie, Susan Lively Sue. It is a great movie. Yeah, he's going to watch Jaws tomorrow. He's going to watch fucking Jaws tomorrow, mate. Do you see Tuchel hiding behind his coaches? I mean, not really. I saw him have a little bit of a... Driving a DeLorean, says Extras on. Nice one. Get Alan Smith back, says Joey Evans. Oh, man. Please don't call Ten Hag a puppet pig. He's just trying to sort this mess out. Well, okay, I haven't actually necessarily called him a puppet. I said that maybe he seems like a bit of a puppet with the fact that he's just saying all the things that the Glazers want to hear, and he's saying things like Maguire's a successful player and a great captain, and he's happy with Rashford, and just like puppet things. That's why. ET says, oh, 793. Right, guys, we're going to wrap this video up tonight, everybody. It's been a great laugh. In Close Encounters on Wednesday, says Jason Brown. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning into this show. It's been an absolute pleasure. 6 likes off of 350 likes. Great turnout, everyone. Thank you for dropping a like on the show. It really does help us out. Please do drop a like on it before you go if you haven't done. Smash that like. Smash that subscribe. We're on here every day giving you all the latest United news in a no bullshit way. So please hit the subscribe. Click the bell icon for notifications. Nice one, Gungshi. Thank you, my man. Thanks so much for the super chat earlier and getting in here. Raw lad. Thank you, Madhouse, Simon Gold, Kingslayer, Joey Evans, Nafis Shadman, Gungchi, Kadsai, El Costas, Jimity, Johnny M, Lucky Singh, Kingslayer, Mage General, Steve Wild, Nafis, Lucky, Madhouse, Butters, Roshmano, Kingslayer, Enigma 47, Marley Malcolm as well, Simon Gold. He says, Pig, why are we going to sign the Brazilian Andy Carroll from Atletico Madrid? Maybe so, Simon. That's brilliant. Vincent Bullock, Master Yoda, Mikhail Kramer, Chris Koo, John Adair, DOK Moose, Welsh Red, Victor Davies, RJ, Orlando Arellano, The Hoop Man, Big Bear. Thank you, Big Bear, dude. Simon Warner, Babatunde, Kerfuffles, Butters, SM3YT, Disco Dave, Kudzai, Rushmono, Gungshi, Big Bear, Susan Lively Sue, Merrick Galord, Extra Zom, Andy Young, and everybody else as well, guys. That's it for the show tonight then. Do hit the like, do hit the subscribe. Follow us on social media at Flying Pig United on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, and Twitch. Check out the website, which is unitedflyinghigh.com for your latest United news and updates if you want to read your news. And also, yeah, just have a good one, guys. And also, remember, Glazers out. Let's get the hashtag Glazers out in the live chat, some green and gold. Hashtag empty Old Trafford for the game against Liverpool as well. Fuck the Glazers. And we'll catch you tomorrow, dudes, with some more updates. Thank you all for watching. That's the end of the show. Like, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you on the next one. Stay classy, everyone. I'm out of here. And remember, when the seagulls follow the trawler. Get in there, as this is because they think sardines will be thrown into the sea. Thank you very much. Get in there, my... See